Motorola Edge 20 Lite review. Competent mid-range smartphone with a good screen and great battery life. In 2021, the mid-range smartphone market is heating up. The likes of Xiaomi and Realme have released a slate of handsets that offer premium chipsets, cameras, and build quality at increasingly low price points. The Edge series from Motorola is a direct challenge to these competitors, and the 20 Lite is the junior entry in its lineup. Sporting a 1080p OLED 90Hz screen that offers 1 billion colors, a 5000 mAh battery, a 108MP main camera, and 5G connectivity, it certainly has enough specs appeal to compete at this level, but a smartphone is more than numbers. Does the Moto Edge 20 Lite do enough to earn its place at the table? When it comes to the mid-range, any kind of distinctive design on a smartphone is generally the exception rather than the rule. While there are some which go for a more playful look, most tend towards a design that might charitably be described as bland. The Moto fits right in with the latter crowd. Our electric graphite model does nothing to get the blood racing, but it will certainly fit easily into most real-life situations, being as comfortable at home as in the office. The only element of flavor beyond a subtle Moto blazon on the rear is the camera island, which is large and pronounced. There is no part of a smartphone that tends to come with so many marketing tricks as the display. It is, after all, the primary means by which the user interacts with the device, and as such is one of its most important parts. The Moto Edge 20 Lite comes with an avalanche of these terms. It is OLED, meaning it has deep blacks and vivid colors. It has a fast 90Hz refresh rate, which means it runs a little more smoothly than normal 60Hz screens, and it has a 1080p resolution. All of these in tandem with the 6.7 in size of the screen mean that the Moto is a delight for reading and watching videos. It is inevitable with handsets built to hit a specific price point that compromise will be an inherent element of at least part of the user experience. With the Moto Edge 20 Lite, a big compromise is the chipset used, the MediaTek Dimensity 725G. This is a relatively new 7nm fab SoC with an emphasis on efficiency over anything else, that performs very similarly to the likes of the Snapdragon 480 found in newer Nokia devices. That it is backed up by 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage is welcome, but the lack of power simply can't be forgotten. It seems to be the general consensus, the more megapixels it has, the better the smartphone camera it is. From budget phones all the way up to flagship-level devices, the megapixel wars continue to rage on. The Edge 20 Lite sits in the highly competitive mid-range segment, so of course, it needed a sufficiently eye-catching number in order to stand out. As such, its camera supports a whopping, on paper, 108MP, though as usual, this is a 9:1 pixel binning sensor, outputting JPEG files with 12MP of detail. Having a big battery used to be a unique selling point in itself. Indeed, Motorola has marketed its power-branded devices for years around this sole point, that they have large power packs contained within. In 2021, almost every smartphone in the budget and mid-range now comes with a monster juice pack in tow, or that at least how it seems. The takeaway is that the 5000 mAh cell within the Edge 20 Lite might have been something special in the distant past, but in the present, it is the minimum that many might expect. Since 2013, with the release of the Moto X, Motorola has had a different approach to software than many other Android manufacturers. While the likes of Xiaomi and Samsung take Android and add a boatload of features and tweaks, Motorola's approach is a little more simple. It takes stock Android, adds a few usability tweaks and gestures and nothing more. The end result is an uncluttered interface full of genuinely useful touches that is generally a joy to use when compared to the bloated messes offered by some of the competition. The familiar karate chop will activate the torch, while a double twist of the wrist brings up the camera. Ready for is a built-in desktop experience that can be used in conjunction with a PC to transfer data and more, while the battery care mode will learn your charging habits and optimize your battery to prioritize its health over time. The Moto Edge 20 Lite is available now for £299.99/€349.99 directly from Motorola. Case, Very, Carphone Warehouse, John Lewis, Argos and Amazon in the UK. Two color options are available, electric graphite and lagoon green. There are lots of competitors at this price point. For £329, the Xiaomi Poco F3 offers a Snapdragon 870 processor, dual speakers, and a 120Hz screen, while the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro sports a 120Hz AMOLED display and a 108MP camera for an asking price of £249.